Right, how's it going? Back in my little shed again. I've had a couple of weeks off, got some personal stuff to do. Seen my missus for a bit, she has to get a look in at some point. Moved the kids to university, stuff like that, Bit of running around really, up and down the country. But I'm back in my shed. I'm just catching up and trying to remember where I left off with this GSX, which needs an engine change. This green one behind us, hardtail chop. I've got the new engine here, and I'm going to make a stainless exhaust for it. I was going to start by making a stand for the motor so I can get it cleaned up and painted and just generally a bit refreshed, but I can only find these two bits of square box section. I've got a big length of it in here somewhere, but I cannot find it. I've looked in the roof, and like everything in here, you can lose an elephant. So I'm going to go and pick some more out tomorrow, but in the meantime I'm going to make a little start on the exhaust because I don't need the motor switched over to do that. And I'm going to start by making the fittings for the head using these. I think they're like industrial food manufacturer like machine parts. The universal flanges normally have a V-belt, a V-clamp on them. We're not going to bother with that. What I'm going to do is take two of them, machine one down so that it fits in the head. At the moment it's a little bit too big. So I need to machine that down from, what is it now? That's 50 and a bit to, say, 42 mil. Right, that's probably the same on a 1200 or 750, so it would all be the same if you were going to copy this idea. I bought these years ago. I can't remember where I got them from. Probably Amazon or eBay or something. Or I might have even got them at a local place here in Liverpool. Not sure, but anyway, to do it you need 8 because I want one to go inside the head, and then I want to weld another one to it. Probably not that proud, so that the flange, the 2-bolt flange can fit on. I was going to make the flanges, but then I found you can buy stainless ones on the internet for about 30 quid, 40 quid. For that sort of money, there's no point in sitting there and lathe and making them and cutting them out. It's half a day's work, that. So I've ordered a set of them. They'll be on the way, but I can get these on the way in the meantime, and it'll just put me ahead for when I've got my metal made the stand, cleaned all this up, and I can get all this fitted on then, and just make the pipes straight off. So I won't mess about anymore. I'll get these things in the lathe, and I'll show you how I'm gonna basically turn that into a what would you call it? An exhaust spigot. Yeah. So here we go. Bear with us. Right, so I've got the first one set in the lathe there. First thing I want to do is machine off this face, flatten it out, because these have got this little recessed groove in there, which is intended for one of these little gaskets to go in. These like PTFE gaskets. As I say, I think these are for an industrial food manufacturer. The little should have the little V clamps on them there, so they'd normally fit like that. But I just need that to be flat so it seals against an exhaust gasket. Regardless of what it was intended for in real life. I'm just interested in what it's made from. The stainless steel, it'll be 316 or something, so I know I can weld to it. Yeah, so I'm just going to dig in now and just rip that flat and then rip it down to 42 mil so it fits in the exhaust port, and then work out how much of that stub I want to have sticking out so I can tighten the flange against it. So I'll crack this up now. Start. A whole load more of this stuff. the next few minutes, so I'll put it on the fast forward now for you. Please I can have my radio on as well. Okay, so there's only a slight trace there of that little groove, so I'm alright with that. I'll leave that there. Now I'll take down the OD of this from 50 to 42. Okay, there's the first one roughed out. It's probably going to stay about that long actually, the stub. I might just take a little bit off and then use one of these to fit on the outside again, but you can see the difference from that to that. That's where our gasket's going to land in there. So I've got the next one set up. I'll just rip through these and make 3 more of them to start with. On back to my radio. Okay, that's the second one roughed out. I don't think anyone wants to see the next two because it's just the same again. I'll just jump forward to the next stage after this, after I knock out these other 2 halves. So back in a second. Alright, so we've got 4 of these header bits cut out now, machine to size. Still need a bit of deburring, but you know, far from finished. Now I've got to work out how I'm going to join the 2 halves together. What I've done is I've come up with another little idea on this. I'm going to leave this bit as the portion of the spigot sticking out the head. The clamp's going to go up against that face, but because I haven't got the clamp yet, I don't know the diameter this needs machining down to, but it won't stop me joining it. Because what I'm going to do is, I've shortened these, I've shortened these a little bit. I'm going to just machine a little relief on the inside of this, like hydraulic fitting, whatever it is, just so that that presses in like a couple of millimeters. So I'll just get the little boring bar there and just cut a 38mm diameter relief in there, only about 2 or 3 mil deep, just so it sits on it square, and I can put the two halves in the vise, clamp together, weld it, and then once I've got my flanges, I don't know what size the there's going to be a relief in the back of the flange to centre this. I can machine the spare off the outside then and straighten up that back edge, which all I'd have to do then, the bits of when I've welded them together, is turn around the lathe and put the whole lot in back in that way. So it just gets me a little bit further ahead while I'm still waiting for parts. So I'll go ahead and just start doing that now. I haven't measured it properly yet, but you know, as always, this is a griller build. I wouldn't try and copy me, just use it as a, I don't know, a rough guidance. I really don't know what I'm doing. I just make this stuff up as I go along. So here we go. See you in a minute. Okay, that's the last one there, so I'll skip forward a bit, as you can imagine. Right, so now that I've got them done, I'll get them back over to the fridge and start figuring out how I'm going to glue them together, and then that might be as far as I can go for tonight. But yeah, let's go and do that. Alright, so we've got all these bits back over on the fridge now. There's the two halves, as you just seen there. I've cut a little recess in there, only a couple of mil deep. There's the others, sort of all knocked together already. I've kind of test fitted them. Nothing's properly finished yet. There's still some bears and stuff to deal with on here, but that's neither here nor there. I just want to make sure this stuff works first. So there's three all the same. There's one that's got to be sort of fitted together. It's always better to have loads of fluff and crap off the floor like stuck on that, because that makes for it welding so much better. They kind of knock together like that. They don't knock together like that because obviously when you've got the camera running, it just like makes a liar out of you. So we'll put that in there and crush it later, and we'll try not to destroy it. Let's go. feels tight enough to be in there. So yeah, that's in all the way around, and because we machined the little recess in there, I know that that's going to be straight. It's only an exhaust, so it doesn't matter. But they'll all be identical now. Right, so now I know they're pressed together fairly hard, but I'm just going to put a couple of like thin little TIG welds around there, just to make it proper, and finish it off right. Looking at that one there, I could probably sneak that one in a little bit more, just to make them all the same, but a little bit uneven there. No one's going to notice, because the gaskets will make them sit out uneven anyway. But yeah, I'll just get the welders set up, and then I'll zip them up, and I'll show you how they're going to fit. Okay, give this a crack, see how we get on. Because of the way this is, and that little bit of a lip on the inside of there, I don't think I'll need any filler rub for this. I think I'll just be able to burn that in. So I'll give it a shot and see how it comes out. I'd like to get it welded all the way around if we can. Got a good position there. I can kind of turn that as I go. So yeah, see how this goes. Oh, there's one down. And there's two. And that makes number 4. See that okay? Now, I'll let them cool down for a minute. Okay, back over at the engine here. I'm trying to knock it over. There's one of the fittings completed, welded. I've got to take a bit off this middle rim here after I've got the flanges, but this port here has got the remains of a gasket in there. If I put that in there, you can see there's still enough gap there that it's going to crush up the new gasket. This one at the end here, there's no gasket in that, and it still goes all the way home and leaves a tiny gap there. So I know when we've got some new gaskets in there, that it's going to have the right amount of pressure on it, to just seal that up, and then the rest of the exhaust will be built off these. I might do it with the old engine in the frame. I'll take the wheels and forks off the bike. I'll stand the bike up on its rear axle, vertical, and I'll build it upside down. So I know everything's all parallel and it's easier to make it with the bike upside down. I've done it that way once, twice before, and it's worked out for me. So I'll just wait for the rest of the bits to arrive, and then we'll get another video knocked out soon. Thanks for watching again. Appreciate all your subscriptions and all your likes. Any questions, fire it in the comments, and in the meanwhile, keep it in the ditches.